In this tutorial, we will discuss about MySQL views. We'll have a look at the classic models database. We'll refer to the customers relation and the payments relation in the classic models database. In the customers table, we have customer number as the primary key and the other details of the customer. Whereas in the payments table, we have information about the customer number and the check number, the payment date along with the amount. Now here, the customer number and the check number together are serving as a primary key. The customer number is a foreign key in the payments table, which is the primary key in the customers table. Now if you want to find which check belongs to which customer, so we can have a join. Obviously the customer number is present over here, but rather than finding the customer number, if I want to know the customer name, the contact last name, contact first name, the other details like phone, address, city, state, then I have to have a join between these two tables, and the join attributes would be customer number from the payments table and the customer number from the customers relation. Let's have a look at a query. If I want to get the same output, how the query would look like. The query is pretty simple. We have to use a join. So I write the query as select customer name, check number, payment date, amount from customers relation, have an inner join with the payments relation using the customer's number. Now since the attributes are the same in both the relation, I am using a natural join. Now, what is the problem over here? You can have a look at the output also. You can see that Atelier Graphics, there are 3 checks which are belonging to Atelier Graphics, 2 checks belonging to Signal, 3 checks belonging to Signal gift stores, and so on. Now, what is the problem associated with this particular query? Now, next time, if you want to get the same information, including the customer name, check number, payment date, and amount, you need to issue the same query once again. That means you have to rewrite the same complex query once again. So one way to do is, you save the query in a file. Either you make it as a .txt file or you make it as a .sql file. So that later you can open and execute it from MySQL. But the simplest way and a better way to do this is to save the query in the database and assign a name to this particular query. Now this named query is called as a database view or just view. By definition, a view is named query which is stored in the database catalog. Now we will see how we can convert this complex query into a view. Now look at this particular query. The same query which we executed in the previous slide, we will try to convert it into a view. Now if you observe carefully, the query from the select statement remains the same. So what is new over here? These 2 statements are new over here. So once you execute the create view statement, MySQL creates a view and stores it in the database. Now you can reference the view as a table in SQL statements. For example, you can query the data from customers payments view using the select statement. So basically what has been done over here is, earlier this was a simple query which you had to execute again and again to gather the same information. So now what I am doing is I am converting this particular query into something called as a view using this statement. Create view are keywords, customers payments is a user defined name. So this particular query is converted into a view and given the name customers payment. So this particular query will be saved in the database. Now in future, if I want to gather some information, I can always write SQL statements on this particular view, just like over here. So I am writing a query, say select star from customers payment. So this particular query will give me the same output as the previous output. that was shown in the second slide. So basically it will give me this particular output. So the advantage over here is that I not rewrite the same query again and again. So this entire query I have given a name called as customers payment under the category view. A view does not physically store the data. When you issue the select statement against the view, MySQL executes the underlying query specified in the view definition and returns the result set. For this reason, sometimes a view is referred to as a virtual table. Now have a look at this particular example. In this example, we have different tables. We have table T1, we have table T2, we have table T3. Okay, I'm trying to retrieve some information from T1, some information from T2, and some information from T3. So since this would be a very complex join, since I'm getting information from 3 different relations, so obviously this will be a very complex join having maybe left join or right join. So what I do over here is I try to avoid the complexity of rewriting the query again and again. So what I do is I take the same query, look at this example, I take the query, okay, and I convert it into a view. Now the name that is given to this view is V. So whenever I want to display the contents of view, I will say select star from V. So what this query will do is it will pull up attributes C2 and C3 from T1, C5 from T2 and C7 from T3. The advantage of writing a view is whenever any updation is done to either T1 or T2 or T3 or all the 3 tables, those updations will always be reflected in your view statement. Now once a view has been created, you should be also in a position to drop the view or delete the view. The query is pretty simple to delete a view or drop a view. So here is the syntax of dropping a view. The drop view statement deletes a view from the database. In this syntax, you specify the name of the view that you want to drop after the drop view keyword. So whichever view we have created, now we have seen 2 views, one view was V and one view was customer payments. So in this case, your view name will appear. If exists option conditionally removes a view only if the view exists.